Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're totally taking the guesswork out of personal loans. Whether you're suddenly hit with a massive expense or you're plotting out a major life project, we are going to build a strategic playbook right here, right now, so you understand exactly how these financial tools actually work. So right off the bat, we've got to ask the really big question. Is a personal loan actually right for your budget? Over the next few minutes, we're going to figure out exactly when it makes sense to borrow, when you should hold back, and how you can score the absolute best terms. Here is our strategic playbook for today. We'll be looking at 1. When loans make sense. 2. The truth about interest rates. 3. Prepping your financial profile. 4. Shopping and finalizing. And 5. Your ultimate lever.
Okay, let's dive straight into Section 1, when personal loans make sense.
One of the absolute biggest advantages here is asset protection. Personal loans are generally unsecured. Now, that's a massive difference from secured financing where you literally have to tie up your assets. It means you can fund vital home improvements, or really whatever you need, without risking your property as collateral. Your house, your car just isn't on the line, which honestly brings incredible peace of mind. And you know, this protection is an absolute game changer in emergencies. When a crisis hits, like say your plumbing completely fails out of nowhere, speed is everything. Because lenders basically just need proof of your job, an ID, and a decent credit score, you totally bypass weeks of agonizing underwriting. I mean, some of these lenders even offer same-day funding.
Now check this out because this brilliantly illustrates the biggest benefit of all. Look at the massive difference between average credit card rates and personal loan rates. We are talking about nearly an 8 percentage point drop. So if you're carrying a bunch of high-interest credit card debt, consolidating it with a personal loan is just a huge money saver. Plus, wiping out those revolving balances can give your credit score an instant boost.
Moving right along to Section 2, the truth about interest rates.
So we hear about the Federal Reserve pretty much constantly in the financial news, right? Well, since September 2024, the Fed actually cut rates by more than a full percentage point. And the super common misconception here is that with such massive cuts, borrowing money across the board must be drastically cheaper for all of us right now. It's a totally logical assumption to make.
But here is the major reality check. Despite the Fed slashing rates by a full percentage point, average personal loan rates have slipped by, wait for it, a tiny 15 basis points. Literally, it's just a drop in the bucket. Broad economic movements like that simply don't translate one-to-one for everyday personal lending. Now, what's really fascinating is the why behind this. It all boils down to a fancy term called inelastic demand. Basically, there is a consistent pool of people seeking out personal loans no matter what the Fed is doing. Emergencies happen, right? People still need to consolidate debt. Because consumer demand stays so stable, lenders have absolutely zero incentive to drop their rates. You really have to base your borrowing decisions on your own goals, not on the Federal Reserve.
All right, Section 3, prepping your financial profile.
Before you even think about looking at a lender, you kind of need to look in the mirror and ask yourself some really foundational questions. First off, how fast do you actually need this cash? As we said, some are same day, others take a few days. Second, how quickly do you want to pay it off? Do you absolutely need the lowest possible monthly payment stretched over a long time, or can you handle a higher payment to knock the whole thing out in a couple of years? And finally, is this part of a bigger plan? Figuring this out shapes your entire strategy. Think of this part as Phase 1, protective window shopping. Step 1, check those credit scores, because that literally dictates your APR. Step 2, run the numbers through a loan calculator to find a repayment term that fits your cash flow. And step 3, this is absolutely crucial, pre-qualify on lender websites. This lets you shop around and compare rates safely without hard inquiries tanking your credit score.
Which brings us to Section 4, shopping for the best rate and finalizing.
Welcome to Phase 2, which is all about action and execution. Step 4 is comparing rates from at least 3 different lenders. But keep your eyes peeled here. Some sneaky lenders will try to hit you with origination fees of over 10%, which just instantly eats into your funds. Step 5, finalize the loan by submitting your pay stubs and tax docs. And Step 6, get your money and definitely set up auto pay. Seriously, so many lenders will give you a nice little APR discount just for having auto pay turned on.
And finally, Section 5, your ultimate lever. So, the most important takeaway of all is this. Your credit score matters way, way more than anything the Fed is up to. If you want the best rates, lock in these 3 habits. Pay your bills on time absolutely every single time.
Keep your credit use under 30%, and actively check your reports so you can dispute any unfair errors. This right here is your ultimate lever of power.
I want to share this quote from our sources because it honestly hits the nail on the head. For many households, personal loans can be a valuable safety net between an unexpected expense and costly credit card debt. When you use them thoughtfully and strategically, personal loans aren't something to be afraid of. They're actually a fantastic tool to keep your financial house totally secure.
So, I'm going to leave you with this to chew on. Will your next unexpected expense trap you in a vicious cycle of credit card debt, or will you use this playbook to secure a really strategic safety net? The choice is completely in your hands now. If you found this explainer valuable, please consider subscribing for more insights. Just one click really helps us out. Keep learning, keep planning, and I'll catch you in the next one.